I'm Mandy Kroll. This is my husband Brian and our daughter Josie. We have a little baby that you see, but he's in the daycare right now. So as Pastor Stephen was saying, a few weeks back Josie was really sick and she had missed 4 different days of school. And she really was missing school, and I had texted Mrs. Coyle and Mrs. Scranton just to let them know, that she was thinking about them. And then one of the mornings, I received a text from Mrs. Coyle that said, just let Josie know that we prayed for her today in Godly Play. And so I forwarded the text on to our babysitter who was staying with her. And I didn't really think a whole lot about it, to be honest. I thought it was really nice and really sweet, and it would make Josie feel good. Well, then that night I got home from work, and we were getting ready to go down. We were reading books, getting ready after dinner. And Josie looked to me out of the blue and said, Mom, I have the greatest pretty school ever. She calls preschool pretty school. And so, as Pastor Stephen said, there was a little bit of a dialogue that went on, and so we were able to capture it on video because it was very cute. We had her kind of reenact it, but we'll go ahead and show you.
My name is Josie, and I have the greatest preschool in the whole wide world because I played for me in Godly Play.
And so it was pretty cute. I know I'm her mom, but it was still pretty cute. And so that is when I texted the teachers back and said, just wanted to let you know that, it really meant a lot to us that you had mentioned you prayed for Josie in Godly Play, and I told them what she said. And little did I know that it would land me here in front of all of you 4 weeks later to share the experience. But when Pastor Stephen came to me and asked if I would kind of talk a little bit about our experience and how we landed here at UPC, I thought, oh sure, it kind of all happened so fast I didn't even think about it until we got in the car, and Brian said, what'd you just agree to? And so it's been about a year since we started coming here to UPC, and to tell you the truth, Brian and I were raised Catholic, and that's all we'd ever known. We both went to Catholic grade schools, Catholic high school, Catholic college, and so it was kind of just in our blood to be Catholic. And so when we started raising our children, we did not know anything other than Catholic. So we started getting Josie signed up for preschool at a Catholic school down the road, and we were going to Catholic church, and it was kind of just routine. That's what we had always known, and that's what we were taught. And so living just up the road, one day, Brian calls me at work and says, hey, I hope you don't mind that church on the corner that has the UPC Discovery sign. I stopped by just to see what it was all about as we're exploring preschools. And I thought, well, I thought we decided on a preschool because we're Catholic and that's how we're raising our children, but whatever, I trust you. And he says, this really nice man named Stephen greeted me at the door. It was almost like he knew I was coming. And he took me upstairs, and I actually got to see the preschool. I got to see their art center and their little Godly Play set up. It's surrounded by a nature preserve where we could actually go and hike. And he's just going on and on and on and on. And I'm thinking, okay, well, we found a new preschool. At the time, I was pregnant, and well, actually, I was not quite pregnant, but going to be pregnant, and so we're thinking, we really want to get into a church where we can raise our children based on a strong faith foundation. And we had been going to Catholic church, but honestly, we just something just wasn't right, and we didn't even really know what it was. Shortly thereafter, we were pregnant, and Josie got to start her preschool here at UPC because we definitely loved it and decided to choose UPC. But I ended up on bed rest 16 weeks into our pregnancy and spent 4 different hospital stays 22 weeks later, all the while missing out on the very first few months of my daughter's preschool because I physically couldn't be there. In the meantime, our email inbox was flooded with communication from lots and lots of different families from UPC whom we'd never even met. Prayers, playdate offerings, meals that they decided to set up a meal tree. I had people coming to my house bringing lasagna whom I'd never even seen before. And we're thinking, these are some incredible people. And like I said, 22 weeks later, we had our little boy Finn, and he was 3 weeks old. If any of you remember the first time we came to church, 3 weeks old, sitting in the 3rd row, because we couldn't wait to get here and to start meeting all of these people. And frankly, I don't even think we realized that we even had a choice to go to a different church from how we were raised. And so all it took was once. And we came here and went to fellowship and had cookies. And I will tell you, more people spoke to us and introduced themselves that day and asked us about our family than what we had ever experienced our entire time we went to our Catholic church. And so as we left, we had just goosebumps and thought, this is it. We found it. It's no longer a place to go to church. It's a family, it's a community, and these people really care, which we already knew you care because you'd been there 22 weeks prior before we were even physically here. So that's kind of our story and how we ended up here at UPC. And we're lifers, you're stuck with us, but we really do appreciate it. And our faith means so much to us. And having you here as our family, as Pastor Stephen was saying, that church shouldn't just be a place where you go or something you have to do because it's Sunday. It should be something you love. And I hear my husband all the time telling people, we love our church. We're constantly excited and looking to see for the events that we can go and attend because we do. We love it here. And we really appreciate your support and your love and welcoming us with open arms, because without that, we probably would not be here today. So that's our story. And